For Germany and German fans, England are just another team for them to swat out of the way.
We can, not will, we can beat them.
To be honest with you, this could be a screenshot from The Godfather.
Yeah.
That's how good I think he looks.
You're watching Football Trending, delivered by Joe and Domino's.
Hello and welcome back to Football Trending, delivered by Joe and Domino's. I'm Wayne Farry. As usual, I'm joined by Reuben Pinder. Reuben, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
That's very good. And today our guest is presenter Alex Gildea Trott. How are you getting on?
Fella? Good to
Lovely to see you.
see you both. How are you?
Yeah,
Thank you for having me, lads.
Thanks for being here. So let's just get straight into it. England are playing Germany in the round of 16. If it's coming home via the Autobahn.
The Nürburgring.
Yes. How are you feeling about the game?
I'm so nervous. I don't think I've ever been this nervous for a football match since Palace were in the FA Cup final.
Really?
Like,
What, in the old Pardew
don't
dance?
remind me. Don't remind me.
I don't think we won't be getting that from Southgate.
No, we won't. Yeah, I'm just so nervous because I'm constantly swaying between this, like, just proper exuberant optimism. Like, Germany weren't that convincing in the group. We've been solid. We haven't conceded a goal. We're yet to play our best football. We're going to beat them. And then just like 5 minutes later being like, no, it's Germany. They've got better players than us, and we're going to crash out in the second round. So, like, it's just this constant. I can't find any balance because if we win, I'll be absolutely over the moon, and if we lose, I'll be absolutely gutted. So there isn't really a middle ground at the moment.
Yeah.
But we can, not will, we can beat them.
See, I'm with this opinion, we can.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not as optimistic, just because if you actually look at their players, and I know people say, oh, Germany haven't done well in the groups, look at their squad still, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's a joke.
It is.
In every position, pretty much. And I think people say England-Scotland's the oldest rivalry in football. This is the most meaningful one, I think, England-Germany. And we've definitely got a point to prove. There's revenge on the cards, I think. Since 2010, when that goal, and listen, I'm not the biggest Frank Lampard fan, but that goal was in.
It was in.
Whatever way you want to look at it. So there's redemption to be had.
The great thing is that 11 years on, you've all gotten past it now. You know?
Smooth sailing, we've gone past it.
I'm
It's
over
in
it.
the past now.
But this is the thing, right? So I find this really fascinating because the way what both of you both said there, that, like, you know, you're very nervous, that it's a massive rivalry. I have a feeling, and I don't know because I'm not part of the German media, but I don't think the German team or German fans look at this fixture in the same way that England does.
No, they don't.
For Germany and German fans, England are just another team for them to swat out of the way.
Yeah, they don't even dislike England. I think, well, there's more English players playing in Germany now. I think they're quite indifferent. Some of them actually look quite fondly on the England team, whereas for us it's like, it's very much a one-sided rivalry.
It is. I mean, I guess, not to get too geopolitical, but this is what happens when one country moves on from a war, another one continues to talk about it for 70-something years.
Singing about it still.
Singing about it, yeah.
Hopefully there's not.
Hopefully we don't see that.
It's a bit like having an ex-girlfriend and you say you're over her. She's now married, she's got a new fella. And it's like every time at a party you get drunk and you think, should I call her? No, I'm not going to call her. No, I'm not.
No.
But she's not even thinking about you. And you're there all night going...
Yeah, she's forgotten you.
No, I'm going to hang up, hang up.
Yeah, it is. It is entirely like that.
It's that.
But I'm curious in terms of, let's say, the tactical styles, or just the way the teams play, because England, for me, I mean, we've all seen how they play. Germany have been a mess in this tournament, but one of the most entertaining teams to watch. Leaky at the back, pretty, like, I saw them described as erratic going forward, but they're still scoring lots of goals. I mean, and they've goals everywhere. Yeah,
I mean, Rafa Honigstein wrote a piece saying they don't have a plan. They're a mess of, like, individuals, but as you alluded to, the individuals are so good that it kind of doesn't matter that much. But I think Southgate's probably going to go to a back five, kind of invite them on a little bit. 2 defensive midfielders, same partnership as always. Front three of, like, let's say for argument's sake, Grealish, Kane, Sterling, try and hit them on the break because they're going to leave space behind. Gussen's on the left especially. Yeah. Kimmich also loves to get really far forward. Yeah. Their wide centre-backs can be got at. Hummels isn't the quickest. I think that'll be the plan. Yeah. And in theory, it can work, but then it also relies on Walker, Stones and Maguire keeping out front three of, like, Havertz, Gnabry and whoever, Muller.
There's an element of it as well where, you know, Southgate sort of needs to go against his instincts in this game, which, I mean, by their very nature, instincts are very difficult to rebel against. You know, they're within you. Like, can you see him doing that? Can you see him letting this team off the reins and just being like, go out there and play?
I think we all want it to happen, but realistically, I just don't think it is. He's been so persistent with these two holding midfielders, and a lot of people have said, well, drop one of them and put another attacker on. And listen, it has kind of worked so far, what he's been doing. We just want to see a bit more. I mean, yes, we've won 2 games out of 3. We haven't conceded a goal, but we've only scored 2 goals.
Yeah.
And where, you know, with all those attacking players that we've got in the team, after 3 games, we should have more than 2 goals. So, listen, I really like what Reuben has said there about playing the 5 at the back. I'd prefer to do that, but knowing how Southgate is, I think he's just going to stay the same.
Yeah, I mean, the performance against Czech Republic in the first half an hour was very good.
Really
so
good.
I can see him maybe being tempted to stick with the exact same team, because especially Saka was so comfortable under pressure, and that's kind of what you need in this game. You need players that aren't going to panic on
This is the
ball,
thing,
players
right?
that can dribble you out of trouble.
You need cool heads in this, because we saw, right, at the England-Scotland game, the players were clearly affected by the occasion, right? Like, not that they were cracking themselves, but it's a big game. The fans in the stadium were like, there was a lot of, the pressure was palpable.
It was so tense.
This is that times 100, right? So going back to what I was saying about the Germans probably not really feeling the same level of pressure because they're used to these games. They've won World Cups, they've won European Championships. So the Germans will probably go into that game
They'll be more relaxed. More relaxed.
So is this, like, never mind, let's say, the tactical element of it, but for Southgate to basically try and get into these players' heads, you are big game players. Everyone has talked about you guys as big game players. You need to go out and prove it now and be cool.
Yeah, I mean, they are big game players. You've got Champions League finalists in that team. You've got Premier League winners in that team. And I think for the fans, it's more... Obviously, the players will be nervous, but it'll be like good nerves. You know, I don't see them getting completely overwhelmed by the occasion. If we lose, it'll be because Germany have played the better football.
Yes, you don't fear that the occasion will get to them.
No, I mean, I don't know. We could talk about Kane all day, but like his record in like finals, let's say, isn't that great. But he is a proper leader. He's very confident in his own ability. So I don't see Kane struggling in that aspect. I think Grealish is the sort of player who, again, is so confident in himself that he's going to be like, as we discussed on the previous show, just give me the ball and, you know, I'll get us out of trouble. Sterling, again, like I just don't see these players buckling under the pressure.
No.
The two who might be a little bit overwhelmed, potentially Rice and Phillips. Because Southgate talks about Sancho's lack of experience. Those two have never played at this level.
No.
Let's be like as good as they are.
Yeah.
So I would really quite like to see Jordan Henderson come back in if he's fit for his vocal contributions on the pitch, like his leadership, his energy, his forward passing. Like he can receive and move the ball so much quicker than Rice can. But obviously, I know Southgate loves Rice because he's like very good defensively. So I would like to see Henderson come back in there.
Just on Jack Grealish, I actually watched him play for Notts County back in 2013.
Wow,
I was at uni, and I knew his brother Kev Grealish. Big up to Kev. And it was Notts County. I can't remember who they were playing. But Jack Grealish played that day. Still had the socks and the shin pads like that. But I think he went round about 5 players and put it in the top corner. Ran over
I think
to
that was
the stand.
his first professional goal.
That was his first professional goal. And Callum McGregor was also in the midfield that day, who scored for Scotland the other night at County. But when I saw Jack that night and I saw the goal he scored, I was like, this guy's going to go far. And, you know, now he's...
So really, it's all down to you.
I'm not saying that. But if you look at...
If other people want to say it...
Well, he said it, not me.
So, before... I mean, managers have to do everything they can to try and motivate their players for games. And, you know... And, like, Gareth Southgate seems like a very cautious man. And he brought what would probably be described as, you know, the most... beige, cautious musician in the world in Ed Sheeran in to motivate the players. Now, playing devil's advocate, I would say it's a very smart move because having had to sit through Ed Sheeran playing for an hour, the prospect of facing Germany seems a lot less daunting.
You don't like Ed Sheeran, do you?
I think he's a wonderful musician. I'm a big fan. But what I want to ask you guys is, if you were Gareth Southgate and you could pick a musician to come in and motivate the players, or an entertainer to come in and motivate the players, a la David Brent in his white T-shirt, you know, like this sort of stuff.
If you haven't got what it takes, get out.
Exactly.
If you haven't got what it takes to cut it.
Who would you choose?
Temper T. for me.
Okay.
Grime legend, Tempati. I think looking at like the age of the squad, what sort of music most of them listen to, and the fact that Next Hype is just the most aggressively motivating song you can basically ever listen to.
Yeah.
If he came in, did Next Hype, and then said, smash him, then I think the players would be bang up for it.
If this was Euro 96, the only person or two people that you'd want in a room to motivate those players is Liam and Noel Gallagher. And I would say, arguably, 25 years later, they're both still as relevant. Maybe Liam just a bit more.
Unlikely to be in the same room, though.
No, you wouldn't get both of them.
No,
there's not an Oasis reunion for the England squad.
You could trick them and get them via video link and not tell them the other one's on.
Exactly. Mute one and have them just screen together, bosh, do some edits. But yeah, Liam Gallagher, I mean, if he comes in singing Gas Panic, if he did that, or Do You Know What I Mean, or Hello, that's getting me up for it. I don't know about them lads.
Well, we spoke to Kyle Walker, didn't we? And he said that he listens to Oasis to get himself motivated.
Yeah.
Well, he's a City player.
Well, this is it. It'll motivate Foden and Walker and Stones.
And Sterling.
Yeah, and then that's...
I don't think Sterling likes Oasis.
No, can't imagine him listening to What's the Story in Morning Glory.
He's a London boy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a Brent boy, isn't he? Yeah.
So, like, a team has to be picked by Gareth Southgate, right? And everyone has their opinions. I want your opinions of what team should start for England.
So what team I would play?
Yes.
Not a prediction, but a suggestion.
Yeah, because, I mean, look, Southgate is going to go with probably the most cautious lineup that he possibly can. So what do you think England should go with?
Okay.
Kane up front. Let's just get that out of the way.
Yeah, Kane up top. I'm torn between the back four and the back five.
Me too.
Okay.
Let's go back four.
Okay.
Walker.
I want you two to agree on this.
Okay, right, all right. Back four.
Walker,
4-3-1.
yeah.
All right, so
Four at the back, Walker.
Walker at right back, because he can tuck in, he can also overlap. He's like the most complete fullback we've got. Stones and Maguire.
Agreed.
Shaw.
Reluctantly agreed,
It has to be Shaw, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, Chilwell, like, let's face it, Chilwell is probably not getting another game in this tournament.
No.
Considering how well Shaw has played, the unfortunate situation with Chilwell and the whole self-isolation.
But if we were to play a back five, there would actually be the option to bring Shaw in and play Chilwell at wing-back at the same time. We can't do that. So
and maybe bring Walker in and play James at right
yeah, and only have one orthodox centre-back in Stones in the middle. But I think they did actually train with that system, but we can't do that now. So back four, same back four as last time. For me in midfield, I'm going Henderson and Phillips. Sorry, Deck.
Yeah.
So I'm going Henderson and Deck.
Okay.
I'd rather have Deck in there.
I guess Henderson replaces what Phillips does with his mobility and his passing.
Yeah. Can we agree on Rice?
Yeah, all right, fine. I'll have Rice.
Go on.
As long as Hendo's
Henderson and Rice.
Hendo's there. Don't worry. You don't need to persuade me to have Hendo.
Henderson and Rice. Grealish 10.
Agreed.
Obviously, Mount can't play, so that kind of makes this decision a bit easier. Sterling on the left.
Agreed.
Scored 2 goals, so you can't drop him. And Southgate loves him. He's definitely going to play. Kane up top. I know he's not played brilliantly, but as we discussed earlier, you can't drop him for a knockout game because if you lose, you'll never get over it. Then it's the right wing where I'm struggling.
Well, see, this is the thing, is that the right wing, England have a player who has faced a lot of these German players for the last 3 seasons, and there's no better time than now to leave him on the bench again and not give him a chance to show what he's capable of doing. Jadon Sancho.
Yeah, I know, but so...
I mean, look, Southgate is not going to start Jadon
There's
Sancho
no way he's
in the
gonna
4th
start
game of the tournament
He's
against
not.
Germany. But playing Germany now also kind of... It makes the decision to not give him many minutes even more stupid. Because at least Bellingham's had a few games.
Yeah.
And he can come in, let's say, after an hour and
But he's played in Germany for the last year and a half.
Exactly. But at least Southgate has played him.
Okay, I mean, I'd be happy if Sancho started.
But I mean, he's obviously
right. He's not going to. I think he's probably going to bring Foden back in.
Really?
We said Sterling already, yeah?
Yeah, on the left, yeah.
See, I think Saka's done enough to keep his place,
Again, wouldn't be disappointed if he started.
Which would you prefer, though? Would you rather see Saka in there? Because, I mean, Saka was probably had more moments in that game against Czech Republic than Foden had in the other 2 games.
I'd go Saka,
All right, Saka it is, yeah. Foden and Sancho can come off the bench.
Yeah.
Which is like people are gonna disagree with that 11.
Yeah.
People are gonna be like, why is Foden not starting? How have you dropped Phillips, whatever? But as we've established over the last 6 weeks, you can't fit everyone in.
No, you can't fit everyone in, and also it's a nice mix of form in Saka, level-headed experience in having Henderson in there as well, and Phillips can knock it about. Or no, Rice is
Rice and Hendo,
Phillips can knock it out on the bench.
Yeah, get in the change room. So.
Yeah, Rice is in. Yeah, I mean, that's a team that could trouble Germany.
It's a good team.
It is. I mean, I still think it's a team that's going to lose to Germany. But I would say that. Move on to something slightly less nerve-wracking for you guys. I would hope, at least.
Yeah.
So I've got 3 players here. I've got 5 clues for each one. The clues vary in terms of relevance and how useful they actually are. So we're going to go with the first player.
Okay.
He was a striker.
Okay.
Don't expect you to guess that now. Started his career with his boyhood club.
Stop. Robbie Keane.
No.
Oh, that's everyone he's ever played for. I've always supported Liverpool, you know.
Great Irish accent.
I'm Irish myself. Gildea, it's a very Irish name.
It is. Scored 6 goals for England in his career.
Only 6.
So remember the other one. Striker, started his boyhood club, 6 goals.
Robbie Fowler.
That's what I was going to say.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Finished his career at Leicester City.
Kevin Phillips.
Dion Dublin?
I think Phillips did finish his career at Leicester, though. And presumably got a few goals for England.
Do you want the final clue?
Yes, please.
Missed a penalty in a shootout for England.
Oh.
Darius Vassell?
Yes, Darius Vassell. Well done.
That name came into my head as you started speaking. So,
BV.
all right, 1-0, 1-0.
Okay, player number 2.
He was crap, wasn't he?
Yeah, not the best.
Player number 2. Played 79 games for his country.
Okay.
Scored 1 goal.
Okay, so probably not forward.
No. Spent 4 seasons at Real Betis.
Oh, okay.
Played 8 games for Leicester City when they were in the Championship.
Oh, God.
Wow.
I'll give you an extra little tip here.
Drawing a blank.
Not English.
Not English.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I assume that.
Esteban Cambiasso?
No, but that's a good guess.
He had 1 year there, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was their great escape.
It was the year before
and he left before they won the Premier League.
Yeah.
What a mess.
Leonardo Ulloa.
No.
Is there any more clues?
Yeah, but I think it's going to give it away.
Go on.
Okay.
Well, we just need it.
Would occasionally play without gloves.
Without gloves? Ricardo?
Yeah. Ricardo. Very good.
I was so confused. I had, again...
How did he score 1 goal?
For Boa Vista.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right, yeah, that threw me off completely.
Yeah. So, you've won, Alex, but we'll do the third one to see if you can
play
get
for
some
pride,
sort of respect back.
Wooden spoon.
Yeah. Okay, so this player was born in London, but played for another home nation.
Okay.
All right. Still an active player, hasn't retired, but doesn't have a club.
It's not Craig Gardner, is it?
No. Do you want the third clue?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
He was sent home from his country's Euro 2020 camp in March for COVID protocol breach.
Because at first I thought Will Grigg, but then I know he was born in Solihull. Oliver Burke?
Do you want another clue?
He definitely wasn't born in London.
Has only played permanently for 2 clubs. Only signed permanently for 2 clubs. One of which was Reading.
Oh, okay. Chris Gunter?
No.
Oh, that's a good shout, that.
Final clue, and I think this will be the one to get it. The most famous night of his career came in Lille.
Oh, Sam Vokes.
No.
I thought that was when they played Belgium.
I've got it. Hal Robson.
Yes.
Yes.
Reuben.
Get in there.
God.
Sorry, Reuben.
Sam Vokes has never played for Reading.
Hal Robson Cardiff.
That is-
Get in there.
I had the right game.
You did.
I had the right...
You actually got
You did,
2 of the
man.
players that were in the game.
Yeah,
Gunter
exactly.
and-
That was the goal against Belgium, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
the
Lille,
Cruyff
yeah.
turn, yeah.
Great goal.
Okay, so the final segment here, just to wrap things up.
Oh, that was
I feel like one of the kind of surprising bonuses of the tournament has been, well, mainly it's been Roberto Mancini.
Oh.
Just how he looks.
What a man, by the way.
Beautiful. That little bit of grey in there.
The fleck.
The suits, everything. So I've compiled 5 photographs. Unfortunately, they're not all of Roberto Mancini. That would have been nicer. But of the different managers from the tournament. And I want you guys to basically rate them in order of how good is the fit. Let's start first and foremost with Luis Enrique, who, while we've got the pictures here, should be appearing on screen anytime now. What do we think? I'm getting new stepdad vibes off him.
The short sleeve shirt is very Spanish.
Very.
Yeah.
I don't wear short sleeve shirts, mainly because I don't have the arms to put.
Well, this is it. Who does?
Put them into.
But it comes off well. You can understand why he's wearing that in Seville. At the moment, especially with the no socks. But trousers they're a bit too high fashion. Lots of unnecessary buttons, right?
Yeah, too many. But he's got about 4 different pairs of trousers going on in one pair there. The thing for me that I'm slightly confused about, this guy's obviously got access to all the newest trainers, right? Mm-hmm. He's got a pair of Stan Smiths there, and they look a bit battered. Eye, Wayne. He could have, gone down.
For me, though, I like that. I think it shows a bit of character.
Yeah.
So from not the worst to probably the worst look of this entire thing, here we've got Joachim Löw, who looks like he is standing on the edge of a wedding dance floor.
Literally,
after way too many pints, dancing way too much, and he's just like, oh, okay.
Been smelling his fingers.
Somebody tell me where my room
The minibus isn't coming for another hour.
Yeah.
Somehow
he's
find a way.
The father of the bride who's had too many Aperol Spritz or whatever.
Yeah, all that's missing is his tie wrapped around his forehead. It doesn't fit him well.
No.
It doesn't fit him well.
But he's really slipped down the ladder.
Really
because
has.
Let's go back to, Euro, the World Cup 2010, 12, 14. He was one of the coolest dudes.
He was.
And then all this scratching his bum, smelling and stuff come out, which I wasn't.
That's the thing.
He's very much let down by
maybe that's the reason that it's not a good, that it's not necessarily tailored, because it gives him the freedom and the time and the space to scratch and sniff as much as he wants.
And he's got an elasticated waist there, so no belt, so he can just get in and out. And smell
Absolutely,
and move on.
But the elasticated trousers, fine. But with smart shoes and a smart shirt, it doesn't quite.
It doesn't work at all.
Fashion faux pas.
He needs a stylist, doesn't he? Next, we've got Paulo Sousa, who is, again, kind of, I don't know, a very interesting sort of look here.
I mean, he's got the name that kind of reminds you of Scarface, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Paulo Sousa. It's a very cool name. In this game that he was wearing, 1, his waistcoat was way too big.
Yeah.
And 2, the trousers, the colour of the trousers were totally against the waistcoat.
It's cultural appropriation to wear a waistcoat at a major tournament. There's only one.
That's happened and it's in the past.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Again, average. I'd say I'd put him on a par with Enrique, I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
Me too.
So from waistcoat merchant to former waistcoat merchant, Gareth Southgate. Now, people have said that it's boring. They want the waistcoat back. They want the 3-piece back. I think it's a good suit. I think it's a tailored suit. And I think, he can pull it off.
I mean, the tie isn't straight in this picture. Mm-hmm. The pocket square isn't the right kind of...
No.
What's the fold? It's not the right fold.
No.
I think he could have gone a little bit slimmer on the trousers. I mean, he just looks like a chemistry teacher to me.
Yeah. Is this his footballing approach in fashion?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's the embodiment of his tactics. But during the World Cup, it all seemed a bit more well tailored. It kind of brought out how kind of hench he was.
Well, that's because when you wear a waistcoat, it obviously tightens things up, and then the arms.
You look a bit.
Yeah, and he did, and he's to be fair, he's got a good set of arms on him.
Yeah, he does, exactly.
He's just hiding them under.
Tell you what, he is hiding them. Tell you what, though, it's better than what he was wearing in the warm-up friendlies.
That was awful.
We spoke about that on the first show, didn't we? That kind of horrible hybrid between polo and smart shirt with that really shiny estate agent blazer.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, not.
It was vile. So, improved.
Foxton.
Yeah.
But to be honest, on this, I would probably put him second at the moment.
Second to the person that's coming last and that we know is going to win, which is just, I mean, for the love of God.
Oh, I mean, the thing I love about this, and I'm a big fan of this as well, I love a grey blazer with navy trousers.
Yeah.
And that's very Italian. Mm-hmm. And to be honest with you, this could be a screenshot from The Godfather.
Yeah.
That's how good I think he looks.
Is there any wonder they play such good football?
Look at the trainers. I mean, everything goes. He's not out of place anywhere. And this is an example of another man who can wear a smart polo underneath a blazer and pull it off, unlike Gareth Southgate.
Yeah. And he can also coach a team to play exciting attacking football on the international stage.
Yeah.
And not lose since 2018, September 2018.
Yeah, I didn't realise he was wearing trainers as well. That's quite Grand Theft Auto. When you're dressing your character.
Yeah.
Suit, balaclava, trainers.
Yeah.
But did you see that in one of his post-match interviews? He had the jacket over his shoulder. Like that.
He's taking the mick. What, with the finger there?
Piss take.
It's a bit performative, but if you've got that, then
you got it, flaunt it.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. So he's top.
So we're going Mancini, Enrique second,
Just,
and then
Southgate.
then Southgate, then Sousa, and then your dad. He needs to get off the dance floor because he's absolutely rotten.
Stepdad.
yeah. They're going to fight.
Mancini, the cool uncle who just breaks it up.
Yeah.
And then walks away with your mum.
Well, that's. I mean, I'm glad we settled that.
What a note to end on, yeah.
So before we finish, I tend to ask a question to people who come on the show. Reuben knows what it is, and he loves to answer it. So
with a different answer every week.
Guys, is it coming home?
No,
it's
not. Unfortunately, it's not. I mean, listen, I wish it was, mate. I wish I could sit here and say, with my chest, it is coming home. It hasn't come home for 60-odd years, lads. So, again, maybe I'm being a pessimist here, but unfortunately, it's not going to come home. It might come almost home. It might get to about Calais.
Yeah.
And then...
and then France will keep
run out of petrol.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And then Brexit will bloody...
Brexit happening, France happening. Yeah, it's not coming home, unfortunately.
Yeah. Reuben?
To quote that guy off Love Island, whose name I can't remember, you never know. You never
What a quote that is.
Yeah.
So, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. Well, you heard it here first. Thanks very much, lads.
No worries.
Cheers.
Thanks for having me.
You've been watching Football Trending. See you next time.
You've been watching Football Trending, delivered by Joe and Domino's.